fundamental basics. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to also ask again. I know that there is this fear that is, floating in the air about, contentious lands, properties. That's properties that are under litigation, having issues due to maybe the owner, the rightful owner, sold to someone else and resold to another person. So most times people get scared whenever it comes to buying properties, because they are scared that maybe someone just told me that they bought a property that is worth 10 million, and after a while only for them to notice another person stepping into the same property trying to build, and it happened that the same initial person that sold it has sold it to another person. So how do we avoid being a victim of properties that have been sold and resold to another person?
Thank you very much once again. It's very simple. I believe in someone following things in a legal way, following things professionally. It's very, very important. Now a lot of people they just saw a land that they like and they just go and make payment for the land. No, it doesn't work that way. When you see a property you like, it's very important that you go for what we call search. That is why Ministry of Lands is there to help you. We have Ministry of Lands and Sovereignty in the states here. If you are buying, depending on the location where you are, I believe Nigeria is one.
Yeah.
So now what you do in that case is for you to go to ministry with that, collect that document. That is why when you see any property, ask them, what is the title document? In the title document, they have what we call COO, that is Certificate of Occupancy. They have what is called Power of Attorney. They have what is called Deed of Lease, Deed of Assignment, Gazette, Governor's Consent, etc. There are many of them. Now, when you get that document, what do? You go to ministry. Please, can you confirm for me if this land is existing? Then we confirm that for you. Confirm if this person selling this land is the owner of the land, because someone can actually have an access to someone else's property and sell. Even it's possible that they fake the original, and at the end of the day, the money that belongs to the original owner goes to another person, which is not correct. Understand? So in that case, it is very, very important that you do your proper search. When you finish that, I call it external search.
Okay.
When you finish that one, then you do another thing we call internal search. The internal search is the one you did, the one that is done, that is not include, or that does not include Ministry of Lands. Yeah, that is external search, internal search. Internal search is the one that is done within, you are the one that is just doing it.
Okay. Maybe within the environment.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Community.
Exactly. Why the external is the one you did the Ministry of.
Okay.
Very, very important. So, all these things, when you now finish doing that, now you have to, if it is a land that has a title document, look at that title document. If it has COO, of course, government doesn't issue two COO.
Okay.
If it is a land that has two COO, what they are going to issue to you is what they call sublease. Okay. For instance, maybe a land that has COO before, maybe there are 3 plots of land, the owner decided to demarcate them.
Okay.
All right. So for you to have access to one of them, the person needs to give you what they call sublease.
Okay.
You don't have access to that COO.
Is one a property, a piece of land.
Thank you very much.
Okay, another thing I want to just throw a little bit light on this. I've had some people saying that it's more advisable to buy from a real estate firm than from an individual. What do you think about that?
Well, it's good. Let me say, both of them are good. You can buy from a real estate company, you can buy from an individual. It's all about credibility. Now, but you stand to follow it professionally. It's good you buy from real estate company.
Wow.
Not as if that roadside agents,
okay,
there are many good of them. We have a lot of them that are good doing what they're doing, all right? But the truth of the matter is that the person you are dealing with, where is the office? Office is very important because don't buy a land that after making payment, you're calling someone's phone number who you don't know his office, and the phone is saying it's not available. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Before that time, the person must have made his money.
Yeah.
And that is well.
Yeah.
So, who do you hold responsible? Because you don't know the office. You see that the money is lost. Alright, so it's very important that you look for a real estate company that is not just real estate company. They are a very good, number one, registered real estate company, a renowned real estate company that you can easily trust. Now, me personally, there is a way I survey a credible real estate
Company.
before I give my money. Personally, what have this person done? Let no one convince you by saying, I have property to sell. What have this person done? Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Like for instance, the place you want to put your money, you have seen the project that I've handled.
Okay.
You want to put like almost 20 million or more than in the hands of someone. And the person is trying to convince you and there is nothing on ground to show. So if peradventure the money is lost, how can you get the money? There is nothing to show. There is nothing to sell to make money. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So, but when you see that these people that have really, they have a property here, you have investigated, this one belongs to them, the other one belongs to them. So when you now look at the money you want to pay, you see that the money is, if anything happens, believe you have something to sell to.
Wow.
So it's good that you follow the right direction by following a real estate company that is known for integrity.
Wow.
Very important.
This is awesome. I hope you've been catching value. And wow, if we had all the time, we would have continued in this episode. But definitely, I want to say very big thank you, first of all, to Engineer Paul Bassel. It's so lovely to have you today on the Gospel of Money, and I believe that subsequently our viewers want to have you on board talking to us. And to all those of us who are still watching, I want you to, you've heard all he said. He said a part of what you should consider before diving into any form of real estate investment is how consistent is the investment that you want to dive into. That's the people offering it, how consistent are they? You also diving into it, you need to be consistent until the investment produces. The second thing is integrity. You must be a person of integrity. And lastly, he told us that it is good to make research before you venture into buying or into making an investment. I know without any form of doubt that your eyes have been enlightened and you're on your way to making investment into real estate, because that is a sure gateway out of financial crisis. I want to hear the last word from Engineer Bassel before we draw the curtain here. What would you have to say, just your last word to our audience before we draw the curtain?
What I want to say is this. Please, you know what it took you to make the money. Don't just throw your money out without knowing where your money is going. It's very important because a lot of people has lost their money in different areas. Took you like almost 1 year to make the money and just throw it in the hands of someone. So please, I want to advise you as a professional in this field, don't just buy a property. Do the proper thing as we have listed out. When you do that, I'm telling you, instead of losing money, you are making more money, because in real estate, you are making more money.
Wow.
Last 2 years, there was a property where we are selling 6 million. This year, just 2 years after, it's going for 17.5 million. To show you how
Within 2 years.
just within 2 years.
That is more than 200.
That is multiplication.
My
And that is real estate.
200%
Yeah,
increase.
yeah. Understand? So
A 100% increase plus.
So real estate is one of the. In fact, if you say you have money and you don't have real estate, you don't have any money. I'm telling you.
That's my word.
Most times, some people say, I have car, I have this, I have. By the time we evaluate the car you have, convert it into land, you see you don't have anything.
Their liabilities.
Understand?
Yeah.
So I will encourage, even in the Bible days, what God told Abraham, or what Abraham saw before God now left it into the hand of Abraham, is real estate. That is land.
That's
not in a house, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's land.
That's
Understand? So, and God is the owner of the whole earth. The book of Psalm 24 verse 1 says that the earth is of the Lord and fullness thereof. So you are the one that will determine how far you want to see, just like Abraham saw, and God gave him. So if you can see, you have access. So how much you see determines how much you get.
Wow,
Yes.
this is awesome. How much you see determines how much you get. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much, Engineer Paul, and thank you for every one of us who is joining us every week on the Gospel of Money. Don't forget to tell your friends, your loved ones. Don't forget to share and follow us on all the platforms you're watching us from. Remember to subscribe and don't forget to click the bell button so that you can receive new updates whenever we have fresh content. Till I come your way, still remember, it is the Gospel of Money. I'm still Gashan ON. Bye for now.